I sat down with Olympic swimmer and distance freestyle legend, Daniel Wiffin. Daniel is a world record holder in the 800 freestyle and a two-time world champion. Needless to say, he knows what he's doing in the pool. But Daniel's journey to success is a long one, even for a distance swimmer, with him putting in anywhere from 40 to 60 miles of swimming a week in preparation for the Paris Games. In this episode, Daniel talks about everything from breaking a 15-year-old world record, to becoming a YouTuber, to sharing his advice with young athletes looking to become distance swimmers. Already qualified for the 2024 Paris Olympic Games to represent his home country of Ireland, he's ready to take on the big stage, and he is going for gold. Without further ado, here's my guest, Daniel Wiffin. All right, everyone, we're back with another episode of the Athletes Only podcast. Today, I am joined by world record holder and world champion Daniel Wiffin of Ireland here today. Thank you so much, Daniel, for coming on the Athletes Only podcast.
No, thank you. I'm looking forward to it.
Well, I would love to just kind of start off, for all the guests that, don't know your story or don't know anything about you. I would love to just get a little bit more background about how you got into the sport of swimming and what you're up to these days.
Yeah, so I've been swimming for a while competitively since I was like 12. I don't know, but I started swimming because I have two brothers and a sister, and I started because my older brother was basically wanted to start swimming, and then we just followed him with it. It's going pretty well at the moment. I guess I could say that, but it's been a long journey, and we're just I guess the results are showing at the moment.
I'm interested to hear a little bit more about what this training looks like as a Irish distance swimmer. I so often speak with swimmers, but I've rarely had the chance to speak with a distance swimmer yet, and I think you guys can provide such a unique perspective. So I guess I want to start off with just like, hey, how did you get into being a distance swimmer, and like what are some of the unique characteristics that you think you possess to make you a distance swimmer, and then any crazy practices that you've had as a distance swimmer?
Yeah. How do I start? I think every swimmer starts out as a distance swimmer. I think everybody has to do you call it the mile, the 1500 or whatever when you're younger, and I guess I just was I loved it when I was younger. I don't know how to describe it. My coach, I guess it's always on your coach maybe. My coach when I was younger loved distance swimming, and I think he just wanted to build me into a distance swimmer, and I doubt he wanted me to go as far as this, but that's just how it happened. And our schedule's pretty brutal at the moment, especially up here in Flagstaff, Arizona, with 2,100 meters above sea level, something like that. And so we do get quite high volumes. I mean, not crazy high. We probably get between 85 to 95. In between that would be the highest we go to here. I mean, in my squad, we've got open water swimmers who go above 100, you know what I mean? So it's pretty good for me when I get out and still see them swimming. So,
and for anyone listening, you're referring to 85 to 95,000 meters a week, right?
Yeah.
That is insane, man. That's crazy. While Daniel jokes that we all started out as distance swimmers, the same definitely can't be said for me. I'm a sprinter through and through. But if distance swimming is your thing, then it's time to listen up. I asked Daniel what his advice was for swimmers who are looking to become world-class distance swimmers. Here's what he had to say.
What are 3 tips that you would have for someone who's looking to build into becoming a distance swimmer, or I guess the high level, how do you become a distance swimmer kind of thing?
Yeah, so I'd start off with, I think the biggest trait is, I know everybody says it, but it really is true, just don't give up. Some day, I don't know, for the past couple of days, I haven't been feeling that well, and I'm having the best sessions, but, I'll never stop a session, even if I'm feeling ill or if I'm not feeling great, I'm getting beaten, they're the sessions that make it, you know what I mean? So you just need to never give up and just keep going. I'd say it's a marathon, not a sprint. This is in terms of everything, pacing, also building fitness, you know what I mean? So distance swimming, I'd say at least you need 2 years of doing it to actually see if you want to see good times, because it takes so long to build up an aerobic base. I know I noticed that when I came from Ireland to Loughborough, it was, I was doing maybe 45k a week before I came here to Loughborough, and then as soon as I came to Loughborough I started doing 70, 80, and I saw obviously big jumps when I came here, but as 2 years in was when I really started seeing the times coming that what I was training at, and it's just that whole aerobic piece just takes a while to kick in, and then in terms of racing, don't go out fast. You know what I mean? You're gonna in a 1500, you can make it up in the middle. You know what I mean? If you go out rapid, you're gonna die, and where it's a lot better if you're a body earth behind at the start, you've got 1400 meters to make it back at some point else. So, and not spike lactate. And then one more tip: being open to listening. I've noticed that a lot, especially still now. I feel like even though I've done so much, I'm only 22, and I still listen to everybody's opinion. Even if I think it's stupid, you know what I mean? Even my training partners, if they, I think Lucas, sometimes will ask me a question about technique on my technique, and I'll be like, and he'll maybe say to try something else, and I'll do the same thing to him. And because we're open to listening, I just like, oh no, it doesn't matter, I'm world champion, who cares? It's just like, open, even to your coach as well. Like Andy has anything to try, I'll always try it.
In December of 2023, Daniel competed at the European Short Course Championships, looking to become a European champion. However, the results of this meet didn't just crown him European champion, it put his name in the record books for history. Daniel took down a 15-year-old record set by Australian swimming legend Grant Hackett in the 800 freestyle to break the world record. Here's what Daniel had to say about the record-breaking moment.
Talk to me about what breaking that world record was like for you, and what that moment was like as far as a culmination of so many parts of your career, I'm sure.
Yeah, so I think at European Short Course Championships in Romania, I broke Grant Hackett's 800 free world record by 3 seconds. And I mean, it was my goal to break a world record in swimming. It's my goal to break a long course world record. So I still haven't hit my goal, but that's a stepping stone. And,
don't be too hard on yourself.
Yeah. We obviously always had our sights set on that 800 free world record, because how many seconds was I off before? I was 1.8, I think, actually 1.8 seconds off it the year before just at Irish Nationals, and I was coming into the next season, I said my goal, I'm going to break a world record in 2023, and I may have left it till the end of 2023, but it was okay. And obviously amazing to say that I'm a world record holder, and my favourite part of it all was just seeing WR and world record come up around the building. I've never seen a world record being broken before, and in person.
You've never seen one?
No, I've never seen one, because to be honest, most of the time when they're broken, I'm not at the pool, at World Championships and stuff, because I'm preparing. So I see them on the stream, but I never see them in person. So for mine to be my first ever one, obviously to see, because I did it, but it was pretty cool. But I think also the race kind of planned out perfectly for me, because I had my training partner Felix beside me, and I had my brother Nathan in the lane beside him. So it was kind of a perfect race, because 3 of us were in the final, and yeah, it's just special. And I did the celebration of the W, and it seemed to have gone a bit viral, because when I went back to Ireland, I was getting in taxis, and taxi drivers were doing the W to me. But people thought it meant Wiffin, and then I was like, no, it doesn't mean Wiffin, it means world record. But I couldn't figure out how do you do an R, you know what I mean? If I do WR, so I just thought W is better.
Now, I got a question for you. What do 50 freestyle champion Cam McAvoy and mile world record holder Daniel Wiffin have in common? Oh, that's right. They're both sponsored by Finis, making Finis' Hydro X tech suit arguably one of the most versatile suits on the market, from the 50 freestyle to the 1500 freestyle. Here's what Daniel had to say about his recent success since partnering with Finis.
Shifting gears a little bit here, we got connected through our mutual friend, and I guess you could say your boss, John Mix. Yeah. He, in speaking with him and the Finis team, I've really been impressed with what they're doing as far as technology goes with the Hydro X, how they're investing in their athletes, and I really think they have a really strong core of really solid athletes. And I think you guys are going to really start to make a show here at the Olympics wearing that Hydro X. Talk to me about what Finis has been like for you as a partner, and what your relationship is like with the team over there.
Yeah, so Finis. I call it Finis. I think it's like
Finis.
a UK thing. I call it Finis, but in the US we call it Finis. But so I don't know what it is. Maybe open to interpretation. But Finis, yeah, it's my first ever suit sponsor. They were great. They kind of like I said this to John after I broke the world record and the world championships just passed there. I was like, oh, like thank you so much for betting on me, because you know I wasn't the greatest distance swimmer when they signed me up. My PB was 15 minutes, I think, going into it. You know, nothing in world class level, making world finals, and then so they just like bet on me to sign me up and really supporting me, and you know it's paid off in the long run, I guess, for them. And but yeah, it's a great company. The suits are amazing. I always say the Hydro X, the best suit I've ever worn. It is. I've worn multiple other suits, and you know I still even sometimes try other suits in training, and they're just nothing compares, to be honest, to me. And yeah, it's just the way it this is what I said to John. So Cam McAvoy won the 50 Freestyle World Championships, and I won the 1500, so it's a 50 to 1500 suit. And then, but yeah, it's just the way it like lifts you up in the water. And you know, I don't like too much compression on my legs because I like to be able to like not be fatigued from the suit being too tight and be able to get my legs over fast on the wall. And I mean, and obviously it's such a long race, you don't want that happening. And the suit is a great amount of compression. And obviously you said really technical, and they have so many like different, I don't know what to say, gadgets or whatever for swimming that just help aid different areas. And you know, the smart goggles one. Also, a little fun fact for anybody out there: the smart goggle 3D tracks your head when you swim. So when you're swimming, that's what I do use it for, because I've got a tendency to let my head drop when I swim and breathe. I look through the thing, and you can see like literally within seconds of what my head's doing on like if we do a time rep or what, it just goes straight on the app. So it's a pretty cool device, and yeah, I just like. And also the goggles are quite comfortable, so not too bad.
I can't say enough good things about Finis, and it's great to hear that you echo that same sentiment.
Amidst all of his success, Daniel still finds time to make YouTube videos. His brother and him have a channel called the Wiffin Twins, in which they document a behind-the-scenes look at their journey to the 2024 Olympic Games. But the story behind why they started the channel is just amazing. I'll let Daniel explain.
You and your brother have a YouTube channel. You're YouTubers just like myself. Talk to me about, what, growing the, your YouTube channel and the YouTube grind has been like, because it's very difficult. And to, have this content creation follow you along your athletic journey, I'm sure you're going to look back at it one day and thank yourself for doing it. But also, like, just talk to me about, like, what that journey has been like for you and your brother.
Yeah, so, I start off why I started YouTube. I started because I moved to Dublin when I was young. I moved when I was 18, just on my last year of high school, before I went to university. I moved there because my coach got fired from my old club, so then I had to move. And my mum can see what I was doing in training, where she'd gone my whole life going to the pool and watching me train. And so I was like, "We'll start a YouTube channel and film it so I can see what you did." So that's what I did, me and Nathan, and we just kind of never stopped. I've taken little breaks here and there because, to be honest, it's a lot having to edit videos, film them and everything like that. And to be honest, sometimes I just want to get all the work done and stuff in the pool and not have to worry about putting a YouTube video up. But most of the time I'm putting them out every Sunday, and it's pretty cool, and I really enjoy it. I mean, we actually started getting paid recently, but it's not enough to actually
move the needle.
Yeah. So to be honest, I don't do it for that. I just do it for everybody to see what we're doing. And I know all my best friends' mums watch all the videos, and they're the same as my mum does, and they love to spy in and see what we're doing. So it's like it's like a parent tracker, is what I say my YouTube channel is. And also get all the younger swimmers watching it. And I know the main thing that everybody loves to do is they love seeing me and Nathan cook our meals, because I always get parents come up to me and say, "Oh, we tried making your Spanish omelette that you make every week." And I was like, "Oh yeah." I was like, I'm becoming a cooking channel.
That's funny. I think you're inspiring so many young swimmers with your YouTube channel, man, and taking them along for the journey of that world record is like super cool. And I think as you continue to break barriers here in the sport, you're going to just continue to amass more of a big following, and it's just going to become even more impactful for the future generation of swimmers. I think there's a lot of swimming YouTube's on the rise, so I just want to say keep at it, man, and thank you again for coming on the Athletes Only podcast. That's a wrap.
Yeah, thank you.
If you want to hear more of Daniel's story about his rise to swimming success, then become a member of the channel to get access to my full extended interview with Daniel while helping support the channel. Make sure to subscribe because next week I have a very special vlog coming out of a behind-the-scenes look at men's NCAAs. Without further ado, I'll see you guys all next week.